What would you do if your cat received a jury duty summons because the government thought he was a registered voter? Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what happened in today's unbelievable true style story. Welcome to Confession Soul. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Confession Soul, the channel where we bring you the internet's most unbelievable Reddit stories, shocking confessions, bizarre real-life moments, and unforgettable twists. Today's story is unlike anything we've covered before. Imagine spending 6 weeks trying to convince government officials that your cat is actually a cat. It sounds ridiculous, but somehow the situation only gets crazier. Let's get into today's story. A few weeks ago, I checked my mailbox and found something that completely confused me. It was a jury duty summons. Nothing unusual about that, except it wasn't addressed to me. It was addressed to my cat. His name is Felix Martinez. Yes, that's actually his full name according to his veterinary records. Felix is his first name. Martinez is my last name. Somehow, my cat had apparently become a registered voter. At first, I assumed it had to be a simple mistake, so I called the county clerk's office. I told the clerk, "My cat got summoned for jury duty." She calmly asked, "Is the name correct on the summons?" I replied, "Yes, but he's a cat." She continued, "Is Felix Martinez a legal resident of this county?" I couldn't believe the conversation. I answered, "He's a legal cat." Without missing a beat, she said, "Sir, if the name matches our records, he needs to appear or file for an exemption." I said, "He can't file anything. He has paws." She replied, "You can file on his behalf." I asked, "Under what exemption? There's no option that says, 'is a cat.'" After thinking for a moment, she said, "Then check the box for unable to serve due to medical reasons." I asked, "What medical reason?" She answered, "He's a cat." I couldn't help laughing. "That's not a medical condition." Her response, "It is if it prevents him from serving." At that point, I figured arguing wasn't going anywhere, so I filled out the exemption form. A couple of weeks later, I received another letter. My request had been rejected. The reason? Insufficient documentation. They wanted a statement from a medical professional. So, I took the jury summons to my veterinarian. The vet looked at the paperwork and asked, "Why exactly is your cat being called for jury duty?" I replied, "That's an excellent question. I wish I knew." The vet laughed and said, "This is officially the strangest request I've ever received." I asked, "Can you just write that he's medically unfit to serve?" The vet raised an eyebrow. "On what grounds?" I smiled. "He's a cat." Thankfully, the vet agreed to help. He wrote an official statement saying, "Patient is unable to serve due to species-related limitations, including inability to speak, read, or comprehend legal proceedings." Honestly, it sounded perfect. I mailed everything in. Surely this would solve the problem, right? Wrong. A few days later, another rejection arrived. This time the letter said, "Jury service is mandatory. Failure to appear may result in contempt of court." My roommate thought the whole situation was hilarious. He looked at Felix and said, "Looks like Felix is going to jail." I wasn't laughing anymore. "This is serious." My roommate shrugged. "Then take him to court. Let's see what happens." As ridiculous as it sounded, it was actually the only option I had left. So, on the day of jury duty, I placed Felix inside his carrier, packed every rejection letter, the veterinary statement, every piece of paperwork, and walked into the courthouse. At the check-in desk, the clerk asked, "Name?" I answered, "Felix Martinez." She glanced at the cat carrier, then looked back at me. "Is that Felix?" "Yes." She stared for a second. "He's a cat." I sighed. "I've been trying to tell everyone that for the last 6 weeks." She looked confused. "Why didn't you file an exemption?" I handed her the stack of paperwork. "I filed 3. Every single one was rejected." She slowly flipped through the documents. Her expression changed from confusion to complete disbelief. She looked up and asked, "Someone rejected veterinary documentation? Twice?" She immediately called her supervisor. The supervisor carefully read every letter, then looked at Felix, then looked at me. Finally, he asked, "How exactly did a cat become a registered voter?" I shrugged. "You tell me." After a long silence, he sighed, "This is clearly a data entry error." I couldn't resist replying. It only took 6 weeks to figure that out. Within minutes, Felix was officially dismissed from jury duty. The supervisor apologized for all the inconvenience. He assured me they would immediately remove Felix from the voter registration database. Curious, I asked one last question. "So, hypothetically, how do you think my cat would have voted?" The supervisor smiled. "Probably for whichever party promises unlimited treats." About a week later, I received a formal apology letter. But the funniest part? Along with the apology, there was a voter registration card. For me. Apparently, I had never been registered to vote, but somehow, my cat had been. When I showed my roommate, he burst out laughing. "Felix committed voter fraud!" I defended my furry friend immediately. "Felix committed absolutely nothing. He's innocent." My roommate just smiled. That's what they all say. Today, Felix is peacefully sleeping on top of the original jury summons, a perfectly fitting ending to his very short legal career. And in the comments, people gave his experience the perfect nickname, Purry Duty. And that's the end of today's unbelievable story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible story here on Confession Soul. If you have a shocking, funny, emotional, or unbelievable story from your own life, we'd love to hear it. You can send it to us, and your story might be featured in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back very soon with another unforgettable story. Until next time, take care, and thanks for being part of Confession Soul.